Hello, folks. I'm David. This is From the Hip podcast, sponsored by the Covenant Studios. As always, we film at the Say What podcast studio. I've got a local model with me today. She's been around the area for a good while. I'm not quite sure how long she's been modeling, but I've been seeing her a lot at the studio lately. So, Traci, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Traci, actually Leech Hooten. I'm a hyphenated.
You're a hyphenated.
I'm a hyphenated. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's kind of a strange story with it, but technically I'm Leech Hooten.
Okay.
We'll get to it probably soon. I have been modeling actually since I was 13.
Since when?
Since I was 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 8 or 10 years now.
Yeah, under 10 years, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say that.
So,
under 10 years.
Where are you from?
I am originally from what is called, and if you knew it back then, Mansfield.
What is it?
Mansfield.
Mansfield,
So
okay.
if you knew Mansfield at that time, you knew it as Mansfield because it was so under construction then. Nothing like it is when it, compared to now. It was sticks. Nothing was out there. I mean, my parents built their house from up.
Round up. Huh?
So, yeah, compared to what it is now, But, yeah, I grew up in a small little town called Mansfield. I have to put the southernness in it, too. So, grew up there, and then...
So I guess you went to school there, high school?
No, actually, I went through K through 7, and then we moved to Fort Worth. And, the shock of how many people there were, and, was so different. I was like, y'all, you mean y'all don't all go through your whole life, K through 12, in just one school? It was just astonishing me. And, my mom was a teacher, so I was just like, this is so weird. And all the schools came together and then split up for high schools and everything. I was like, this is so weird. I don't get it. How do people know each other?
So when did you make that move from Mansfield to...
I was in between my 7th and 8th grade year.
Okay.
My mom remarried.
Okay. So now instead of being in the same school with the same kids, you were in what, middle school then?
Middle school, yeah.
Or junior highs?
Junior high, yeah.
And then high school?
And then high school.
What high school?
I went to Southwest High School.
Okay.
Yeah, in Fort Worth.
Well, I grew up in the TCU area.
Really?
And went to Lily B. Clayton. I forget the name of the middle school. And then 1 year at Pascal.
Oh, wow. That's a kick.
And then we moved out here.
Uh-huh. So where'd you go to high school? Bell?
No, Trinity had just opened. And I was in their first or second graduating class.
Uh-huh.
And it was different because it was, for y'all that don't know, when you're old like me, the high school was new.
And me too.
It was based on a college campus idea.
Yeah, that you were in, yeah. And that's how Southwest was too.
Right. Pascal wasn't. Pascal was one big school.
And then it had an inner school for, the gifted program and everything like that.
Well, I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
I was never really gifted anything.
So that's so cool.
So you went to Southwest.
I went to Southwest, yes.
Then did you go to college from there?
Yes, I did. I went to the University of Texas at Arlington.
Good old UTA.
Yes, UTA, as I call it.
Was that the only one?
I might have surveyed some other colleges. Like I say to everybody that knows me, college the best 10 years of my life. So,
Well, I did the same thing. I did start out one semester at TCU.
Mm-hmm. I think everybody has a semester or at least 1 year at TCU. I just think it is.
Oh, it was a cool school.
Oh, yes, it's wonderful.
But I was paying for it.
I know. That's why I only have 1 year. So, yeah.
I had one semester there, then went to maybe UTA, or at the time it's called Tarrant County Junior College.
Uh-huh. What year were you there by any chance, can I ask?
TCU would have been in 71 or 2.
Yeah.
Then went back to CCU for another semester, and then UTA, TCJC. I was actually enrolled at the University of Houston one time.
Wow.
I'd gone down there for a job, and I hated the city. I did not like the people. I did not like the job. It was went to work for a catering company,
Ooh.
which is being nice, calling it a catering company.
Ooh.
It was roach coaches,
Ooh.
and they had 110 roach coaches,
Ooh.
and
That's tough.
yeah, and it was not a lot of fun. Girlfriend at the time was my next door neighbor here when I lived here.
Mm-hmm.
I was down there about 6 weeks. I was enrolled in UH, and the first days of school were canceled because of hurricane warnings.
Ooh.
And I said, screw this. And I left the next day and brought my butt back to the mid-cities.
Houston is, kind of a weird city. You either love it, it's in your bones, or
Yeah, well, it was not in my bones.
Not for you. Okay. Gotcha.
And I've only been through there a couple times in the past 50 years.
I don't think I've even gone through there. I think when I was a kid once, to go through there to go play on the coast or something like that.
I go to Galveston.
Yeah, it's on the way to Galveston. But other than that, I'm like, not for me.
So tell me about your modeling career.
Okay, well, it's kind of strange and kind of funny. So when I say we moved here. I had my 8th grade year, which, everybody has that 8th grade year where they're just awkward and dorky and everything like that. I didn't know anybody, but I got my set of friends, and that was cool. So I went into the 9th grade, and I love my sister for this. I had stayed over at her house. She was married by then, and
So older sister.
I have an older sister.
Okay.
Yes, Kimberly. We had decided we were going to do this temporary wash on our hair. And my natural hair color is very dark. I mean, if you want to see this, it's very, very dark. Yes, I know this is not my hair color. So my hair color is very, very dark. So what we did is we put this red fuchsia color on my hair, color wash on my hair. And my hair must have been about down to here. And then I went back to school, and it was supposed to wash out. Well, it didn't.
Leave just red highlights, right?
Yes. No, just wash out fatally. And I'll tell you this, it didn't. And I kept being told, Traci, your hair is pink. And I would say, it's slightly auburn. lightly auburn. And no. And,
So you were one of the first pink-haired girls.
oh, yeah, but I didn't mean to be. So, so I was, my English teacher, it also was my journalism teacher, my freshman year. She ran the yearbook and also did everything for school pictures and everything like that. So unbeknownst to me, Fort Worth Star-Telegram was looking for someone to do a shoot for the Fort Worth Stockyards.
Okay.
And so
She volunteered you.
she volunteered me without knowing. And then one day,
Now, did this happen before? Did she volunteer you before the pink hair or after the pink hair?
during, so while I got my pink-haired pictures, and if you look in my freshman yearbook pages, you can see my hair is pink. You know, just lightly auburn, I'd like to say still, but yeah. So she submitted my, I guess, look to Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and they said, yeah. And, you know, I was just at that point, arms and legs, wandering into a room with pink hair. So just
Gangly.
Yeah. And so I got it, and I got the shoot, and it was great. It was really great. My mom took off school early, and my stepfather at that point was a teacher as well, and so they both, you know, cut out of school early to come watch it, and it was really nice. It was a good shoot. I asked my mother the other day, I'm like, do you have pictures of that? And she's like, in the attic somewhere. And I'm like, thanks, Mom, that could really help my career. But she was like, I was so proud of you. And so, yeah, that was the first one. Technically, if you want to go really far back, I was in a fashion show for my Aunt Pam when I was like 4 or 5, but I guess that doesn't count. That doesn't really count. So
after you did that, did your phone start ringing? People wanted to shoot you?
The girl gave my mom names, and I was just kind of, okay, high school, and I have stuff going on in high school. I didn't really pay attention. So no. It was funny. I had an uncle on my stepfather's side that was a photographer, and he kept telling me, if you would just be in New York right now, you would be all over the place, modeling everywhere. And I was like, okay.
I'm assuming?
Yes. And I was like, well, I'm not. I'm here, so there's not a lot I can do with it. So I just went on with high school life, just, normal stuff. So never even thought about it, just went on to college. And I always got told that I was pretty, but I never thought I was Cindy Crawford or, any celebrity pretty,
Which is really...
I thought I felt awkward looking. I always thought I felt kind of awkward because I was just too tall and too thin and very big, long chin and everything like that. So I was like, kind of look weird.
Well, my oldest son he's 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", something like that. And he took a growth spurt in about the 7th grade. Mm-hmm. And it was new shoes, new pants.
Yeah.
Every 90 days.
Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah.
And he was awkward.
Yeah.
And one day we were doing something. I've got his little brothers with me, and they're 18 months apart. He said, Tyler, you could get tangled up in an electric drill. or cordless drill, and because he was awkward at the time,
Oh, yeah.
and he played basketball.
Oh. Well, see,
And-
that's cool compared to what I did. So,
Well, but he looked like a three-legged giraffe
yep.
going down the court trying to dribble.
Yeah.
But when he shot, it was beautiful.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
But so I'm familiar with kids in the gangly stage.
Oh, but it was so bad. I had just boys for friends, and I want like maybe 2 girlfriends, and I thought I was a nerd. I probably didn't come in to the whole feminine till I was about a junior, or probably maybe not even that. Probably my senior year.
High school.
I was in band.
Oh, well.
It's bad. But I got to be around the boys. That's all that mattered, and they protected me. Yeah, I was in band. I was in marching band.
So
But I went into state. I went to state 4 years in a row. So.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
What'd you play?
When I say this, I'm going to put a lot out there for those that are watching. It does take embouchure and dexterity before you make fun of this. Trombone. Bass trombone.
Okay. I got a good friend that's a photographer that he's a
A trombonist.
trombonist. Yes.
I do have one friend that still I keep in touch with, and he plays for the Kennedy Center. And I'm like, I can't believe
Oh, the Kennedy Center?
At the Kennedy Center.
Oh, Kennedy Center.
Yeah. So, yeah, I play trombone.
Okay, well, cool.
I know. I'm like, it's
Good
kind of
lungs and
cool.
lips. That's what he says.
Well, maybe that's the reason I don't think so. But, yeah, I can still read music. I can, well, it's in bass, but I can still read a little bit of the other. I want to start playing piano. That's my thing. Is like.
Well, we got the piano in the studio. You can go practice. It's out of tune.
Well, we can get somebody to tune it. So.
Well, knock yourself out.
Okay, good. There I go. I can get that. I really want to go, and I think I'm going to go and get a course taking it, TCJC. Or I know it's not that TCJC anymore, but
Yeah.
I really want to get
TCC.
that. Yes, there are chords I hear songs, and I'm like, okay, that's just chords. I know what that is, so I'm like, that's what I'm going to do.
Well, let's go back to the modeling.
Okay.
So when did you get your real first photo shoot?
Well,
That you weren't volunteered for?
First, that could have been here. I had always gotten just somewhere, and they said, can they'd be coming in. I worked for a store called Teach Mart, and they were filming an ad in there. And they, Miss, can we bother you just for a second to come back here?
We need a picture.
Yes, and so I'd do that. And it was the funniest thing. My grandmother was looking through the Sunday paper, and she called my mom and was like, Cheryl, there is a girl that looks absolutely like Traci in here. And my mom said, that is Traci. So I had a couple of those,
Right.
going through the years and going through college and stuff like that. So first absolute, shoot was, when I met you 2 August ago to have a shoot. Well, no, that's not right. Excuse me. I forget about the ones. Do you call those good shoots when I was in my 20s? When I was about 26. And
Tell us about those. Are you blushing?
yes, I am.
Now we know, folks.
I'm just going to put it this way. I worked with Larry Hoth.
Okay.
And he's a fantastic photographer.
He's a good guy.
Yes, and he is a fantastic guy. taught me a lot about posing, taught me a lot of being comfortable in your own skin, just to that point. And that's where I'm going to leave that.
Okay.
So,
Well, somewhere around the first of the year, it's in December, very first part of January. Larry had some serious health issues,
yes,
and he was in the hospital.
yes, I know.
And he called me. He had 2 shoots booked in the studio and asked me to get hold of the models to let them know, because he didn't have their numbers, in the hospital room with him.
Yeah,
And one of them was Liz Ashley.
yeah,
And so I called Liz, and whoever the other girl was later called her. But when I told Liz about it, that, he had to cancel because he's in the hospital, she wanted to know where, and she went to
yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, she went and saw him.
I would have done the absolute same thing.
And
Yeah.
he was in the hospital about a month. And then rehab, and he's home doing a whole lot better.
I'm glad. That was, yeah.
Yeah, Larry's a good guy.
Oh, tremendously a good guy. Just very, very nice. And, at that time, you didn't see your pictures. You had to go back out and look at your pictures after they were done, after they were edited and stuff like that. And I remember taking the pictures and being so nervous. And then I was like, I did awful. I didn't know what I was
So
doing.
it was on film back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all film.
Okay, I just didn't.
Oh, yeah, this was 2004.
Okay.
Oh, the things. Okay. You're going to edit this, right? Some of it? Okay. All right.
We'll decide.
We'll
after
go
we
back.
hear it.
Okay, so I might have been in some more riskier shots. Let's just put it that way, when I was at modeling 2003. So I got into more shots that paid, I got into a lot of artistic nudes. I was a little healthier then, and that's what I got into. That's what they wanted to pay for. That's what they got. And the person that I worked for said, you can cross over. I can't remember his name. I can't remember anything. I was young. And I sadly got the ad out of Craigslist. And I went through that. And
What did he mean by crossover?
we can cross you over from just nudes to into fashion as well.
Okay.
Never take that advice. You're never going to get out of it. If anybody says that to you, they're lying. You're never, well, at that time, for me, it wasn't going to happen. I don't know. I really think that they say that to you, but once you go in to like erotics or
Porn?
oh, I want to know porn.
Well,
Damn, Dave.
I just didn't know what words you were
No.
looking for.
I want to know damn porn. My mama killed me. Going into erotics, or if you go full frontal nude or anything like that, it is very, very hard to cross over into fashion. Very, very hard. And there's a lot of slime out there that
there is.
will take advantage of you. And you have to protect yourself. I cannot stress this enough.
Ladies, new models, pay attention here.
Again, I cannot stress this enough. If it has Polo on and Armani, or if it has on brand, it has, a great car, has a business card, says it's with this company, says it's with that company. Don't be fooled. because it could kill you, it could give you something, your name could be trashed. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. No one's going to be mad at you. Nobody's going to be talking about you or anything. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. I speak of experience.
That's similar to school teachers that get in trouble for shoots.
Yes.
And it makes it hard to keep that school teaching job.
Yeah. That is true. I've heard that the same thing. And also, I want to say this. The internet will keep everything for the rest of your life. Don't think, oh, in a couple of years, nobody's going to think any big deal of this. No. One thing you need to remember, in a couple of years, your children are going to be of an age that they can look up your name, and guess what? They're going to be on, they might not have a big deal about it, but your children will have a problem with it, but your children's friends will see it and
judge the children.
I'm seeing a lot of that, and I'm like, thank God I don't have any kids. But to my mom and stuff like that, my mom is having a fit over what I'm doing, but I'm like,
Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. But I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything that a Victoria's Secrets model wouldn't do. And, but it still bothers her. The stuff before, they were cooler about it then, but they were also younger about then. So,
as we get older, our viewpoints tend to change.
Yes, quite a bit. It really is, so we just don't talk about it at our house. We just kind of, and there are things that I don't post where they would see them, because I understand that that's not for them. They don't want to see it, but the ones that are fashion, they're like, oh my gosh, you look so great. But yeah.
And you're tall enough to do fashion.
Yeah, I wished. I'm like, come on. But I'm now getting to the point. I just did a shoot with Kelly Schneider and his wife, and oh my gosh, it was a blast. It was in Waxahachie, and the makeup they had on me, poor Eric was like, are you in there? Because, it was just wild, just my eyebrows were like up to here and so much makeup on me. And I was like, oh my, am I in there? And he was just.
Have those pictures been posted yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
So yeah, they're.
I've seen something that you had shot with him.
Yeah, it's with Kelly, but no, not the fashion ones yet. So
okay.
They're coming. I have a little thing coming out. I know it's a small step, but it's a step. I'm going to be an extra in Landman too.
Oh, are you?
Yes. So excited.
Cool.
So yeah, it's it's a tiny little step, but it pays. That's the nice thing about it too, is it pays.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Do they need an old man?
They need a bus driver right now that I go on my casting file and look at it. But somebody told me about it, and I was like, oh, they'll never cast me. I'm too old. And I got cast, and I was like, awesome! Finally! Now, I'm going to say this, and they're going to take it back or something like that with my luck. But, yeah, I got cast. I'm so excited.
My brother's been in over 17,000 productions.
Really?
And, well, it's easy when you have your own production company.
That is true. So give him my name.
And they do Western
Awesome.
theater.
Oh, I love that.
And he looks enough like Sam Elliott that people will ask him, thinking he's Sam Elliott, for an autograph.
Okay, my mom's birthday is coming up. I would love for him to go see my mom because she loves him. I'm serious. I will hire him to go knock on the door. My mother would die. That would be hysterical.
He's, well, after the show here, I'll send you some information on him.
Okay, great.
But, so you've done a little bit of every genre there is out there.
Yeah, pretty much. If it is, or, yeah. All of it.
Well, I'm assuming since you still do it, you love it.
Yes, there are days that I'm like, oh man, I have to get up at white time because, this hair doesn't do itself and it's a lot and, doing makeup and everything like that. I still love it. If someone has a really good concept for me or will listen to my concept and not get lost in what is she trying to tell me or what is she trying to look for and do it, then I love it, I'm telling you this, shootouts at my age are hard to do.
Well, you just did one here, 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, and then did the one in Waxahachie the next weekend. Whew, we're tired. I'm old, David. I'm just old.
Don't talk to me about old.
I know, okay, all right. I won't say anything. But we're just like, man, this back-to-back and lugging suitcases and everything like that. I'm just like, oh, somebody's got to hire me for something because, honestly, I cannot take this. And I don't know if other models do this because I bring a suitcase of stuff everywhere I go.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Okay, and I'm like,
okay. Models.
Okay.
Let me give you a hint. You don't need a huge suitcase to do a lingerie shoot.
I am so bad about that.
Whatever kind of shoot you do, you don't need over 5, 6 outfits, max. 2 or 3 pairs of heels, max. You don't need 16 pairs of shoes.
Oops.
And 32 outfits.
Oops.
You're not going to get around to them all.
Well, I always like to have variety, so if I get there and they're like, no. I know.
Yeah,
I like to be prepared.
I know a gal one time that was going, I picked her up, she's going to my sister's ranch with us for the weekend. And she came out with 2 suitcases. This is a 3-day weekend, and she's got 2 suitcases.
Mm-hmm.
And I put one in, I said, what's this one for? And she said, it's my perhaps clothes. Perhaps, what do you mean? Perhaps I need them.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like that.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to the ranch. We may ride horses. There are no elegant restaurants around.
Yeah.
It's out in the boonies.
Oh.
You're going to hike, you're going to fish, you're going to be in jeans and shorts.
Yeah.
You don't need 24 pairs.
Oh, no. That's the best thing. I live for stuff like that. I'm going to see my best friend in Boston for I think a week. And I told her, I'm not bringing makeup. I am not bringing anything but shorts and T-shirts. That's it. I'll bring my socks, underwears, panties, but that's it. We're not going out anywhere fancy. The only thing we're doing is watching TV, sitting by the pool, and that's it. I'm not putting on makeup. I don't. She said, that's fine by me. That's what I do every day. And I was like, awesome. She goes, anything you don't have, we'll get it in town or you'll borrow it from me. And I was like, wonderful. And Eric was like, there's no way
Yeah.
you're going to do that.
Speaking of your husband,
My darling husband,
I see him at nearly every shoot,
yes.
and he's the one lugging the luggage, not you.
Yes, that
So
is
don't
true.
talk about,
He's a gentleman, and that's why. That is why. He is the gentleman. And that most of the time, if I try and lug it, it'll spill somewhere, and he will go, just never mind. But he is wonderful.
and he goes to most of your shoots, don't you?
I don't think there's really, maybe a couple of shoots I've done here, and he knows I'm safe here, that he ever doesn't go with me.
So he's always your
Yeah.
pack mule.
No, not my pack mule. He's my
Yes, because I see him pack it in, and he's shaking his head yes over there, so look at him.
turning so
He's a pack
red.
mule.
I don't think he's a pack mule. He's my sweetheart, you know. We don't go without each other. What are you, what? What is wrong with
Yes, he's a
sweet-
sweetheart, because he carries all your stuff.
No, we're a lot more than just here, grab my crap for me. I mean, I cook dinner for him every once in a while. I mean, no, he really is my sweetheart. And he doesn't want me going anywhere where I might get hurt or anything might happen.
Oh, I agree. It's just
Anything.
it's just better that it's not. I don't mind somebody bringing somebody with them to a shoot. You know, for nothing else, I might need them to help me.
Yes, and he does do that.
Yes.
I mean, when we went to the Schneider one, he was so happy he got to hold the fan, and he got to thing. But he was taking behind the scenes, and they were like, "We got it," and he was like, "Okay, hold my place."
Well,
but you know, but yeah,
I've had people bring friends to a shoot,
no,
and I don't mind it
yeah,
as long as they stay behind me and stay quiet.
oh yeah, he's very
But
cool.
we had one gal we ejected from the studio,
Ooh.
and she was wanting to run the shoot from the sidelines.
Oh, no.
Don't do that, folks.
No, don't. You tell him, read him the rights before, you know, but no, he does it not to bring just my bags. He's protecting me. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
I'm his baby, and you know, just the same thing. If he would be doing the same thing, I'd be right there with him. I got shots from I got some pictures from the workshop. What did I get? Pictures of me and Eric, and I was like, nice.
I
So
think I saw one of those.
they're real
Yeah.
cute, but I'm like, oh, that's great.
Were you thinking he ruined it? Oh, now.
I did print it. Yeah, I put it up.
So that's more about your modeling. So you pretty well shoot all genres.
Pretty much.
What's your favorite type of shoot?
Fashion, of course. I like the weird fashion, you know, the wild makeup, the wild hair, and, you know, weird clothes that you would see, the wild posing and everything like that. I love to do it. Still
Okay.
love to do it after all these years. I'm still with this slim body and, you know, everything. I still can do it. I hope I can still do it. So that's really what I like to do.
Okay,
So-
and what's your-
Editorial is always lovely too, you know, if you can get that. Not a lot in Fort Worth and Dallas is really into me because I have a different kind of look. So it's what you get is kind of what you can grab here. But you try. You just have to keep trying.
Well, I won't ask you your favorite photographer, but what are some of the photographers you've enjoyed working with?
Aquarius Lighting, her name is Isabel. I'm sorry, I can't. I will tell you this, there is a little, I feel so bad for saying little girl, but I'm getting old. There is a wonderful girl that does makeup, and her name is Abby. I know she comes here a lot. Applications by Abby, and she is wonderful. I think I worked with her so many times that we're like best friends by her. So I really adore working with her makeup.
She came with
Whatley.
Whatley on that meetup.
Yeah, she's really good. Photographer-wise, I'd really say Isabel. She and I do a lot of just fashion things. I did a lot of black fashion things with her, and then I did a lot of pink things with her. I'd have to say Kelly Schneider was really one of the best. It was fun, you know. It was just wild and fun, and the two team of them, their marriage, yes, they are so creative and imaginative, it will blow your head away. But then when you see the pictures of what they shot, you're like, oh, wow, that really works. But you're standing there like holding a head and you're going, the hell is this going to look like? You know, it really comes together in the shot, because I was like literally holding a head, and I was like,
If you ever get a chance to work with Rafe Gregor, whatever.
No, I would love to.
And his wife, Stephanie.
Oh, wow.
They're a good team.
No, there's a lot of people that I would like to work with, but I'm like hard to approach people. I'm like,
you're scared.
Yes, I am scared for the no.
I'll just tell him I'd like to work with you sometime.
Yeah.
And then leave it right there. And I know that's hard for you to do.
Yeah. It is. That is my number to the photographers that are out there. I want to work with you, but it just haven't got to that point where I can go, that DM that says, hi, I'd like to work with you, but, you know, I'm just like, no, I'm not that much of a diva of saying, oh, they'll come to me. They aren't going to come to you. But, you know, I just can't.
You're just timid.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Get over it.
Okay.
Or get somebody to type it for you. Nobody will know. I'll send one. I'll play Traci someday, and I'll send out a bunch of
send up a mass one for me,
Yeah.
because there is like tons of people. I'm like, why wouldn't they want it? They've sit with other people. What's the problem? So,
Well,
yeah, I could give you a whole list of people I'd love to shoot with, but
you don't need to give me a list. You've got the list. Send the mail.
okay. Yeah.
Folks, y'all reach out to Traci simply because she's timid and she's afraid to reach out to you.
I'm very easy to work with. I know some people don't like a husband being long, and they think that's really intimidating to have someone in your house if you're doing a home studio or anything. He really stays out of the way, or he will help you, but please. I'm great to work with, so thank you.
And folks, Eric is great to have around. And he's quiet, he stays out of the way, he doesn't cause any issues. And he's strong if you need something moved.
Yes, he is.
Keep that in mind when you get old, you know, become an old photographer. He'll lift everything for you.
He really is great.
So how do people get hold of you?
I like you can go through, Facebook is great. Just send me a message. That would be great. Or you can get through me through Instagram.
Okay, now, as I tell everybody to do, say and then spell slowly your Instagram. Because somebody may be, you know, trying to write it on the side of the, driving down the road on a piece of paper.
Okay, my Instagram is at TRACI ERIC 2018.
So say it now.
At T.
No, Instagram is, what's your Instagram handle?
At TRAC. Well, I have to spell it because it really doesn't have a name. So it's just at TRACERIC 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a mesh of our names, and then I just turned it over to a modeling profile.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Traci and Eric.
Yeah, kind of. We had just gotten married, so, and we had just gotten married when I started the Instagram profile, so.
How long have y'all been married?
Oh, Lord, it's going to be 7 years
Oh,
on the 22nd.
okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Nobody escaped or tried to kill each other. It's been great.
Now, of this month?
Yeah,
Well, cool.
yeah. We're still in newlyweds. We're still
Yeah, that explains it all now.
but
Now we know why he does all this stuff.
We've seen stuff on there, but we've seen some stuff on Facebook, but we've actually been together 10 years. So we've been together living together for 10 years. So it's like, wow. We still have the same clothes on. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. But it's still the same things, everything. We still, Sunday we'll still go sit out on a patio, have a margarita together and talk and, same things. We're weird,
Well, Traci, I've really enjoyed having you.
Thank you.
We're going to end this. Is there anything you want to tell everybody before we leave?
Please contact me.
Please contact her at TRACI. Now, is it the full Traci?
No, it's TRAERIC 2018.
Now, that's on Instagram, but how about on Facebook?
Facebook is Traci Leech Hooten.
Leech spelled how?
LEACH.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a lifetime of that one. That's why I was so glad to get married. I was like, finally get rid of that name. So.
Okay, folks. Well, Traci, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And folks, we'll see you next week.